Okay, so I'm gonna make the wing. So Don McCoy, Predator, wanted me to demonstrate or make a video making the wing. So simple task. You're gonna get your measurements, and the one I have is 171 across. That's for the entire length. So I'm just gonna make a mark at 171 for my first cut. And we'll come up to about where I think I'm gonna come across for my width, make a 171 mark. Now I know that now I know I'm going up 85 for my total width. Well, my width 185. I made 2 of these, so I memorized these measurements. Your measurements will probably be different. Need a tape measure with a lock on it. That's aggravating. Alright, so now I got that. What I can do now is make my marks. Alright, off a little bit. Let's see how far I'm off. Doesn't matter too much. I'm not building a rocket ship. 171, this one should be 171 and a half. That's fine. I don't care about that half a millimeter. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cut that out. Trust these scissors. Let's get this back in play here. And I'm gonna stay kind of inside the line. And I didn't speak about the thickness of this. I don't forgot what it is, but you have to play around with the thickness to what you think that'll work for you. But this is not super thick and it's not super thin. But once you form it, it gets some rigidity to it. So, you know, you can see, you can kind of see. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably 30 thou. Take your time, make a nice straight line. Don't need to rush. All right, and that's that. So now we have our flat piece. So I never thought about this until the day, what's today? Thursday, I think it was. Maybe Monday, maybe, I'm not sure. But I never thought about the fact that, you know, like bending sides and then bolting them separately and then bending the back and bolting that separately. I never thought of just cutting it all out of one piece. And I was like, I made a vacuum forming machine and it's really tough. I just never got a hold of it. I never had too many successful vacuum pulls. So I made a vacuum forming machine when I was going to try to form these wings on the vacuum table, and I finally just kind of gave up on it. I ain't gonna say I totally gave up on it, but for now I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna simply do this technique for now. It's just pretty simple. All right, so now I know from my experience I'm making 30 all the way around. So I'm doing my sides going to be 30 tall, and my back deck, the downforce portion, is going to be 30 as well. So I'm gonna make my 30 dimension. And it's important, a lot of people don't know this, but playing that tape measure serves a purpose. This is for if you're butting up against something or if you're pulling against something. It changes the dimension so that you don't have any error. So that thing moves the thickness of this blade. So a lot of people taking crimp this steel and they have inaccurate measurements. So you don't, but that's what that's for butting up and pulling. That's why you have that slop in there. So you can have accurate measurements. All right, so doing 30, both sides. And I think what I'm eventually do is just make a template and just trace it out every time. Once I find the dimensions that work for me. You know, right now, this will be my third wing. I'm not sure if it's the one that's going to be perfect for me or not. But, all right. Now, I gotta decide which side I want to be the back. I just want to fold up. I think I want this to be the back here. So now I'll make 30 across here. And I'm purposely pulling that when I set that. I'm not, because if I push, watch the measurement change. Watch this. So you see I'm on 30, 30 and a half. If I push in, I'm all the way on 31. So I'm purposely keeping that pulled out. So I'm a little bit far on my mark, but that's fine. Like I said, this is not going to NASA. All right, go ahead and make this rear mark. Position it up here, everybody can see it. And I know that I got a little bit of offset with my fatness of my marker. So I'm trying to make that where that line ends up being on the edge of that dot. All right. Now let's do the side pieces. Side piece. Ain't nobody got no side piece, do they? All right. So now I'm gonna keep in mind that I want that mark to be on the when I cut. I want to cut this side of this mark. All right. You can see that when I cut, I need to be on this side of that mark. Yeah, that don't look too hot there. Let me see what I got going on there. Oh man, that's way off with that mark. So I'm good up there, I'm bad down here, so let's do that again. Probably should take some alcohol and clean that off. Let's do that. It's a good thing about alcohol. Clean up your mistake. I'll leave my marks, don't have to measure again. Mistake corrected. Alright, let's try this again. I think what it was, it flexed on me or something. Try that. Much better. Still not 100. I don't know what's going on with me. It must be because I'm recording. So 30, 30 and a half. Let's try it again. See what that looks like. Fine, perfect. All right, no problem. This time I'm gonna do the same thing. This time I want to make sure I keep the same thought process that I'm gonna cut on this side of the line. So I'm gonna do that over here too. This time I'm gonna go over the line. Nope, I need to be on this side of the line. There we go. So I'm gonna cut on this side of the line, and I'm gonna cut on this side of the line. Okay. So see, I got 30 on that side of the line, 30 on this side of the line. This one over here I'm not really pleased with, but I'm gonna roll with it. So I'll just kind of offset myself whenever I make my cut. So I got all the marking I need to make. I'm ready now to cut. So the secret to this, the method to use is to cut this part back here first. This is what's going to fold up. This is going to be your downforce area. So when I said that I want to be on this side of the line, on this one, I'm going to cut up to that cross. When I get to that cross, I'm going to stop. And that's it. Do the same thing over here. Cut on this side of the line up to that cross. Been cutting my grass. Just finished cutting my grass because we've been getting a lot of rain. Hadn't had a chance to cut, so I finally got my grass cut today. Now I have to go cut my property grass tomorrow. I don't have as much time as I used to have back in the day before I had my son, before I had other responsibilities. I could just work on this stuff all the time. That's all I did was work on RC stuff back in the day. But now I got other responsibilities. I don't have as much time that I used to have with this stuff. Okay, so now time to do some forming. And I buy these from Harbor Freight. I got a wide set and I got a narrow set. But for what I'm doing today, I only need this narrow set. I really need to take my wide set or I need to buy another set that's slightly wider, but this does the job. All right, I remember that I want to be on this side of the line, and this is the side I need to offset a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of do a mental job here. Shift that over. You wanted it in the jaws completely. Okay. I'm just doing my best to get it perfectly lined up. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze down. Looks pretty straight to me. Now, I used to have a brake, a manual brake. That thing sucked, so I think I threw it away. So I'm just gonna roll with this wood. You don't want to do it with your hand. You want something to go up against the entire thing. So I'm just gonna roll this over, and you want 90. So, but anytime you're bending something, you got to go beyond 90, so that when it returns, it will be 90. So you can see now how far I went beyond 90. That's a little excessive, but it will spring back. So, and I can just kind of manipulate it, but it's fine for now. Same thing here. Do this side now. This is the really good mark, so I can get myself lined up really well here and not worry about trying to offset anything. Get it where I think I'm straight. I'll be straight as possible. All right, I'm ready to bend that too. And I'm squeezing the crap out of these pliers so that nothing shifts on me. And I try to like go and then let it spring back and then go some more, because this stuff will crack on you. And there it is. I went past 90 on both. You can see this side's already done sprung back a little bit. This will do the same thing. All right, so you can see we're starting to make something now. It's starting to come together. So now you can see back here, all I gotta do now is do the back part. And I'm gonna equal this out. Like I said, I really need this to be a wider pair of pliers, or whatever you call these things. But this will do for now. I've made a couple of them so far and they worked out great. So all right, I got it lined up the best as my old eyeballs can see. All right, I think I'm off just a little bit. I'm anal. Even on my job, everything I do, I'm kind of anal. I hate imperfections. Okay, Gotta get that ready to fold. Same story here. Just fold that bad boy over. This time we're not gonna go 90. We don't want a full 90 on this back part. We want like a little ramp. So now a little more. Okay. Yep. Now, just for perfection's sake, I'm gonna do the corners a little bit. Get them because they wasn't in the plier, in the jaws of the plier. So let me just get that corner. Making sure that I got a good bend on both sides. And here we go. Just put this out of the way. Now from here I can massage this back. 1 or 2. And there we go. And you can see this side came out really good up against there. This one is leaning over. So that's something I gotta work with. Try to perfect that a little more. But that's it. There's the wing. And from here, you see what I did with the body here. And I got off a little bit somehow. This is a lot. No, it's just, it fits right in there. It fits right in there. It's just that the tops are flared out and it makes it look smaller. So you can see that's at the very bottom there, down there like 112. And if I squeeze it in, it's really like 111. This right here, flew on my face. This is right at 110, but that's because this is pulled in really good. So close enough. 1 millimeter. Can't complain about that. So from here, what I like to do is make alignment marks for my center. Make alignment mark for my center here. Make alignment, find center on the body as close as I can, as well as I can by measuring across here and just trying to make a center mark. Center mark back here, and I drill a hole. Well, I think what I do is drill a hole at the center right here, and then I line it up on the car, and then I make a mark, or either I make 2 holes. I make a center hole here and center hole here, line it up center on the car, mark the car both places, and then I drill through. And then from there, I think what I do is take it back off and drill my holes here all the way around. And then those 2 holes where I've already established center, I'll mount it back onto the car, bolt it down, and then from there I make marks. I trace out every hole that I want to screw. I take the wing back off, then I drill the holes, and then I test fit it on until I finally get it to where I'm sitting. So this wing here, the screw holes are really close to the size of the screw, so this is really tight. So when I put this on, I'm sweating. That's what was on my thumb, sweating. I got my fan turned off so that you guys can hear me. But when I put this on, this is really tight. There's no slop in this, so it's really aligned up to, hopefully the best alignment I could get. All right, so that's how you make that wing. Hope someone can. Oh, from here, I'll take like a bottle cap or something, kind of round this off back here, make a mark on this, round that off, and then snip up to that.